Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? I know that jazz.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most iconic openings of musicals that made their stage debut before 1980. Instrumental overtures will not be included.
What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away.
Number 10. Another opening, another show. Kiss Me, Kate.
Transfer state folks to say hello. Another opening of another show.
This Cole Porter musical premiered on Broadway in 1948, and its opening number became an indelible showbiz anthem. Another opening, another show is a song with a persistent rhythm. The number as it's usually staged is pretty meta. Props, the backs of sets, costume racks, and all the seams of the production are exposed to the audience.
4 weeks you rehearse and rehearse. 3 weeks and it couldn't be worse. 1 week will it ever be right? Then out of the hat is that the first night.
What the song really does is illustrate all the excitement, possibility, hijinks, and stress that goes into producing a show. One of the reasons it's stuck around is that this infectious opening is a high-energy celebration of theater and showbiz itself.
Certain time and away we go.
Number 9. Magic to Do. Pippin.
Join us, come and waste an hour or two. Diddly-doo.
As Pippin opens, the leading player of a performance troupe entices us like a carnival barker. Soon, an entire number full of magic tricks and illusions unfolds from the darkness of the stage. With their painted faces and slinky movements, they're not just welcoming you into the story, they're drawing you in. Magic to Do is a great ensemble number that dazzles and mystifies in equal measure. As fun and polished as it is, it starts to feel like a spell. But beware, the words of the troupe take on a more sinister meaning as the show goes on, and their true intentions become clearer. Number 8. I Hope I Get It. A chorus line.
Right. Okay, listen to the whole combination, facing away from the mirror. From the top. A 5, 6, 7, 8!
Once the longest-running show on Broadway, this equal parts funny and sad story of several dancers in a casting call appropriately opens with both pizzazz and panic. I Hope I Get It isn't just the name of the song, it's what the entire show is about.
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. I've come this far, but even so, it could be yes, it could be no.
The first song is an explosion of desperation and excitement as several dancers are excused, whittling down the ensemble to the core few who will actually become characters in the show. It's a song that's as hopeful as it is depressing, or perhaps vice versa. But instantly, it introduces the stakes of the show for every single character.
I got you.
Number 7. Aquarius. Hair.
When the moon is in the 7th house.
Bringing counterculture and the hippie movement, as well as a rock-based sound, to the Broadway stage, Hair opens with a song that would eventually land in the pop charts. Aquarius became widely popular after it was covered by the group The Fifth Dimension.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
In the context of the story, it's an anthem for a new age. The hippie tribe at the center of the show sings it to herald the age of Aquarius, an astrological era of spiritual and political revolution. Mysterious and ethereal, it sets the stage for the philosophical and metaphysical themes of the story, and announces that Hair is no ordinary Broadway musical. Number 6. Tradition. Fiddler on the Roof.
But it's a tradition. And because of our traditions, every one of us knows who he is and what God expects him to do.
There's a lot you need to know about Anatevka before you can invest in this story about the clashing of tradition and modern ways. Luckily, the incredibly catchy Tradition is there to spell it all out. As the protagonist Tevye tells us, the people of this Jewish shtetl keep their traditions to keep their lives in balance. Sung in unison, the ensemble lists out the tenets of their shared values. Marriages are arranged, the men are the breadwinners, and the women are the homemakers. This is what keeps them together. Of course, if it were as simple as that, Fiddler on the Roof would be over before it begins. But the opening firmly establishes the context for what comes after.
Traditions, traditions. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Number 5. Oh What a Beautiful Mornin', Oklahoma. Oh What a Beautiful Mornin' was the world's introduction to the duo of Rodgers and Hammerstein. The romantic and soaring sound of this classic is the perfect opener for Oklahoma.
The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky.
Sensitive cowboy Curly McLean's entire worldview is communicated in this one number. As Curly sings about the meadow and the trees, you can't help but smile at his wide-eyed wonder for the pastoral beauty around him.
All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree.
Oklahoma made history with its attention to story and characters over fantastic spectacles and songs held together by the barest of plots. Songs like this are a perfect example of that.
I got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way.
Number 4. Willkommen, Cabaret. With his ghostly white face, the boisterous but vaguely threatening master of ceremonies welcomes us to the Kit Kat Club. A lover of decadence and double entendres, the MC is an unforgettable presence.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Français, étranger, stranger.
Given that Cabaret takes place in 1930s Berlin, Willkommen serves as a primer for the show's poignant juxtaposition of the hedonism of the nightclub and the growing fascist menace. There are no troubles inside the Kit Kat Club.
Here, life is beautiful. The girls are beautiful. Even the orchestra is beautiful.
Outside is a different story. Later revivals of the show added more explicitly creepy elements to the song, but it's hard to beat the simplicity and the eerie implications of the original.
Im Cabaret, your Cabaret, the Cabaret.
Number 3. The Sound of Music, The Sound of Music. While her fellow nuns at the Abbey are busy singing psalms like they're supposed to, Maria's marching to the beat of a different drummer. Her first number, the title song, has become a standard.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Bold, lilting, and breathtaking, The Sound of Music achieves many things at once. It's beautiful to listen to, first off. Second, it introduces you to the sweeping sound of the entire score. Third, like many of Rodgers and Hammerstein's other openers, it puts you firmly in the protagonist's perspective.
My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze.
First sung on the Broadway stage by musical legend Mary Martin, the soaring ballad would become synonymous with the star who played the role on screen, Julie Andrews.
And I'll sing once more.
Number 2. All That Jazz, Chicago. It's hard to imagine now that the original Bob Fosse directed musical was overshadowed by other hits of the era, but since its 1975 Broadway premiere, Chicago has found an audience for its tongue-in-cheek humor and 1920s pastiche.
Start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot.
All That Jazz is homicidal jazz singer Velma Kelly's first number. The song, like the show itself, is a liberal mix of glitzy showmanship and seedy sex and violence.
Her mother's boy, she hear her baby's cry.
verses of the song are sometimes interrupted, or rather punctuated by the scene of Roxy Hart and her lover's fight, culminating in Roxy shooting him dead. It's as toe-tapping a murder scene as you'll ever see. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. I Whistle a Happy Tune, The King and I. Anna the governess sings to her son as they move to Siam.
Whistle a happy tune, and every single time the happiness in the tune convinces me that I'm not afraid.
Try to Remember, The Fantastics. This pretty opening number became a hit on the pop charts.
It's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow.
Comedy Tonight. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. This song was added out of town and may have saved the show.
And there's a happy ending, of course. Goodness and badness, man in his madness. This time it all turns out all right.
The Ballad of Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. A shrieking Greek chorus of Londoners opens this horror comedy. Heaven on Their Minds, Jesus Christ Superstar. It may be a biblical musical, but it absolutely shreds.
My mind is clearer now. At last, all too well.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Prologue, Westside Story.
Why must they always fight? Well, you saw how they dance, like they gotta get rid of something quick. That's how they fight.
In this modernized Romeo and Juliet story, the dancing is equally as important as the singing. In 1950s New York, two rival gangs meet up to snap, twirl, and show off their dance skills. Of course, it's all representational. Instead of an all-out battle, their turf war is reinterpreted as an extended ballet sequence on the stage. It's playful and elegant while still conveying the level of animosity and genuine tension between the Jets and the Sharks. This elegant and stylish choreography is one of the factors that has made West Side Story an enduring classic.
Hey, you! Get down!
But we're having such fun.
We enjoy the playground.
See, it keeps us deprived children off of the foul city street.
Which of these opening numbers is your personal favorite? Tell us in the comments.
Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.